In the vast range of really expensive supercars, very few come as close in price to a Bugatti. They've lived up to their reputation with their newest model, the Tourbillon. Replacing the Chiron, it was redesigned from the ground up, and it had to be. It's their first ever hybrid model. With an 8.3-liter naturally aspirated V-16 engine, plus 3 electric motors, it packs a whopping 1,800 horsepower, propelling it more than 400 kilometers or 250 miles per hour. And it can be yours for a starting price of 3.8 million euros. I'm very pleased to be joined by Matej Rimac, who is the CEO of Bugatti Rimac and joins us now from Zagreb. Thanks so much. Really great to speak to you. Very exciting car that we now have off. I think it's really interesting for Bugatti because every time you guys release a car, it's not a car for a couple of years. It's a car for something closer to a decade. You have now decided to release your first ever hybrid. You have an electric car background. Why did you stick to the ICE?
Well, actually, as you say, each new Bugatti is a big occasion, but a completely new one, developed completely from scratch, which the Tourbillon is something that comes around only every few decades. Let's say shareholders were pushing that the next Bugatti should be electric. And at that time, that might have been sounded like the right decision.
And you mentioned your your customer, who is obviously a very unique customer, a very rich customer, but a very sort of savvy customer. So why for them is the starting price 3.8 million euros? Why is this car worth that?
Well, it's a Bugatti, first of all. That's something very special. But you can see by looking at the car and by feeling the car, it's very unique at every detail. For example, one of the things we wanted to achieve that every piece of the car is actually a piece of art for itself. So you can pick any piece up, put it on in a gallery, and it would be an exhibition piece, even without the rest of the car. If comparable, it's no longer Bugatti. So it's something completely unique and something completely different than anyone else. And also what I said, nothing is too beautiful, nothing is too expensive.
I want to understand where you're selling most of your Bugattis right now, and where do you see geographically the most promise?
1/3 of the market is US, 1/3 is Europe, and 1/3 is the rest of the world, mostly Middle East and a little bit Japan and some other markets. We currently do not sell at all in China, but the market of ultra high net worth individuals is growing constantly, and I think it's predicted, or it's pretty clear that the market will continue to grow.
How is the Bugatti customer, the kinds of people buying the car, changing? Is there a sort of a shift in the age? Are they becoming younger? Are more women buying? What are you seeing there?
Yeah, we definitely see a shift, especially, let's say, young tech entrepreneurs, be it through from the finance space or online gaming or some kind of, let's say, new businesses that are more in the energy sector or tech in general, or real estate. We see that changing a lot now. So a younger audience being interested in the brand. And I mean, Bugatti stands for you made it. It's the ultimate you made it symbol.
You must crash test these cars. How painful a process is that?
Yeah, well, there is no shortcuts in producing very expensive or very low volume cars. Actually, we, even from our perspective, regardless of the regulation, we want to make sure that these valued customers are very safe. So we do thousands of tests and hundreds of homologation tests and crash tests. So we have to build something around 30 prototypes in the development process, and around 15 of them will be crashed multiple times over and over again until we pass all the crash testing.